Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Destiny 2 Witch Queen video. It is Xur Day, Friday, April 8th, 2022, and Xur is back in the EDZ. So, we're going to see what Xur has for us today. Now, if you didn't know, Xur shows up every Friday, and over the weekend he has some fantastic items. Some legendaries, some exotics, and even some god rolls sometime. So we're going to spawn into the EDZ. We're going to head over here to where Xur is located. He can be located in one of three locations. Today, he is in the EDZ. Now, you can either parkour up or head in through the cave. And let's see what Xur has for us today, my guardians. Now, as always, Xur has returning some random rolls for two exotic weapons. And they are pretty nice. We're talking about the Dead Man's Tail and, of course, the Hawkmoon. Now, the Hawkmoon this week come with some pretty cool rolls. First off, we have Chamber and Compensator for a little bit more stability and a little bit more recoil control. Alloy Magazine for fast reloads when the magazine is empty. We have Quick Draw. Weapon can be drawn unbelievable fast, and last but not least, Heavy Grip for increased stability and decreased handling speed, making this a pretty fantastic roll for the Hawkmoon. Hey, you can't go wrong with any rolls for the Hawkmoon, right? Next up, the Dead Man's Tail. This is going to have some pretty cool rolls on this as well. We got Hammer Forged Rifle for increased range, armor piercing rounds for even more range, Killing Wind Final Blows, a grand increased mobility, weapon range, and handling for a short duration, and Fitted Stock for a little bit more stability and moderately controls the recoil and slightly decreases handling speed, making this a pretty fantastic roll for the Dead Man's Tail. Definitely a PvE roll, but hey, then again, if you take the Dead Man's Tail on the PvP and you get some headshots, it's still going to do some work. Next up, we have returning our lovely exotic Engram. You can get some old exotic by picking that up. The weapon of the week this week, though, is the Crimson Hand Cannon. Let's go over it. If you don't have this one, it's pretty cool. 3-round burst band weapon, kind of fires like a pulse rifle, but it's a hand cannon. I know, it's really cool. Also comes with small bore for range and stability increases. We have Cruel Remedy trait. Kills with this weapon, heals the wielder, precision kill, also refill the magazine and heavy grip, making this an outstanding weapon. Excellent in PvE and in PvP. Pick it up and add it to your collection. Next up, the Aeon Swift exotic gauntlets for the Hunter class. Now, this one doesn't have one extrinsic perk. We have 3 of them for the Aeon Swift. Now, this exotic, you can pick it up during the story campaign. As you can see, there's nothing here, but you do have the Sector Force Aeon Cult Mob. Depending on what you put on here, it's going to help out either or all of your guardians. We have first off Sector Force. Rapid precision kills. This weapon temporarily increases your reload speed and weapon swap speed. We have Sector of Insight, successful precision. Weapon takedown, have a chance to drop an orb of power. And Sector Vigor, gain class ability energy as your allies die. Gain full class ability energy when you resurrect an ally. Next up, we have the Xur Furiosa exotic gauntlets for the Titan class. Comes with the intrinsic part called your Saint Guard. Move faster while guarding with Sentinel Shield is active, and guarded damage converts to super energy when the super ends. Although you don't see really too many people rocking this exotic, it looks good and it's pretty good in PvE and it's decent in PvP. So yeah, pick it up and add it to your collection. The Xur Furiosa is one of those exotics that really doesn't get used a lot. And last but not least, to round it off for our exotics, we have the Sunbracers Gauntlets, exotic gauntlets for the Warlock class. Comes with their intrinsic perk called Helium Spirals. Increases the duration of solar grenades, solar melee kills, grant unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. Now, if you didn't know, this is one of the first exotic that Xur ever had. Yep, it's a Destiny 1 returning back to Destiny 2. And if you're rocking that solar class, you're going to have a whole lot of fun with the Sunbracers. I highly suggest you pick these bad boys up and add them to your collection. Excellent in PvE and in PvP. Now, just like my dude Brian said during the live stream, it's fixed. Xur is fixed. As far as random rolls for our legendaries. First off, we have the Dire Promise, Adaptive Frame 140, well-rounded grip and stability. Let's go over the traits. We have Fast Draw HCS. We also have on this bad boy some other pretty good traits. We got Steady Hand HCS for a little bit more stability, so you want to keep it right there. Because we have Alloy Magazine and high caliber rounds, it's going to give us a little bit more and even everything out. With Snapshots and Osmosis on this bad boy with a Stability Masterwork, make this a pretty fantastic roll. It may not be a god roll, but it's pretty close. And it's going to be pretty good in PvE and in PvP. Even if you're not hitting your headshots, you're going to have a lot of fun with Osmosis, and with the snapshots and high caliber rounds, should be good in PvP. Next up, the Imperial Needle combat bow is up next. This is going to be a draw time of 572, a lightweight frame, and it has some pretty decent traits on this one as well. So let's go over the Imperial Needle and let's check it out. We have flexible string and high tension string, so you want to always have a little bit more accuracy, stability. It's not too much to worry about, but we got cobra arrow shaft, and we also have another one's going to even it out with a little natural flexing. So keep it right there. Killing wind and opening shot makes this a PvE roll, but it still should be pretty decent in PvP so long as you hit your shots. So if you don't have yourself a good void bow, I would definitely pick up the Imperial Needle and add it to my collection. Now, next up, we have another combat bow, and I do believe this is the first time it's here. The Wolf Tone Draw. It's going to be a 608 draw time precision frame, which means it's going to have a compound bow and longer draw time, but you're going to have more damage, and that is nice. Now, let's go over the traits. We got an elastic string on this bad boy, high tension string, so a little bit more accurate is good, but it's going to bring down the draw time. So it's kind of a yin and yang kind of thing. Up to you. Electro fletching is next. And we also have natural fletching, so I'm going to roll with that one. Kind of even everything out with natural fletching and high tension. Sweet. But we also have sneak bow, which is excellent. Increase hold time and reload speed and prevents radar pings from shooting while crouched. As long as you crouch and you're holding down that bow, you're going to get some easy kills in PvP. And this works really well with Harmony. Final bows with other weapons improve this weapon damage and performance for a short duration. So you crouch down low, you get a headshot, flip to your primary, bam, get the kill, Harmony parks, and bam, you do it again. With the draw time masterwork, make this an excellent roll, and this could be considered a god roll so long as it's in the right hands. Next up, the Widow's Bite. Rapid fire frame 140 with arrowhead break, polygonal rifling. We got tactical mag, flared magwell, pulse monitor, and demolitionist. Look, nobody rocks this. It's a hard pass. It definitely needs a buff. The traits are not that great. With the range masterwork, it's just a decent roll. Hard pass for me, but if you want it, you go ahead and pick that one up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, we got some pretty good rolls and they are fixed. We got the Ignition Code Grenade Launchers up next. 90 RPM lightweight frame, and it has some pretty decent rolls on this one. We got Volatile Launch, which is nice for a grenade launcher. We got Counter Mass, which is even better. So increased stability and velocity and handling. High velocity round, implosion round, which is pretty good. If you can't get spike grenades, roll with implosion rounds. So not bad at all. And then we have Field Prep. Increase ammo reserve, faster reload, stow, and ready. When you crouch, you don't really see too many people crouch down with this weapon, but we do have demolition, which is pretty cool. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy, activating your grenade ability, reloads the weapon from reserve, and a reload masterwork, making this a pretty good roll for PvE and for PvP. Next up, the 7 Surplus Saw. 360 RPM, high impact frame, slow firing, high damage. Yeah, got a lot of recoil. Got chamber compensator, we got full born on that bad boy. So I always want more range, but it will kick. We got extended magazine and armor piercing rounds, so you definitely want to roll with armor piercing rounds. We also have Grave Robber and Mulligan. Now, Mulligan is going to give you some of those ammo back when you miss shots, and they're going to miss shots because it kicks a lot. So, kind of works out. Not an amazing roll, but again, it's hard to get an amazing roll on the 7 Serpent Law. With the reload masterwork, make this a pretty decent roll for PvE, and for PvP, well, it's decent. It's decent. And last but not least, the Frozen Orbit. And oh boy, this aggressive frame, 72 RPM, has a range masterwork. And it already got a range of 94. Means you're going to get perfect range on here. We got Hammer Force Rifling, small bore on here. So, you want to keep it right here with Hammer Force Rifling. It got accurized rounds, which is nice. Flared magwell, so you definitely want to keep it on accurized rounds. Outlaw, precision kill greatly, decreases reload time, so if you're getting headshots, this is excellent. And last but not least, Vorpal, which means you're going to get more damage and take down guardians faster from bosses, and while they're in that super, making this pretty much a god roll, so long as you can hit your headshots. You might not like Outlaw, Perk Bayonneer, but that's up to you. If you can get the headshots, it's going to be excellent in PvP. And with perfect range, oh boy, this thing is definitely a must-have. Now, for our armor, we have the lovely Ancient Extinction set. Now, it's going to be lovely if you are a Dead Orbit fan. And yes, finally, the rolls have been fixed. So we have some pretty decent rolls on here, as you can see. Some in the 60s, some in the low 50s. But hey, it's just nice to see random rolls are back as far as the armor. Those low 46s wasn't it. This is a pretty good set for transmog and some of the rolls on here are pretty decent too, so I would definitely check them out. And if you are a Dead Arbor fan, you're in luck because the Ancient Extinction set is here from Xur this week. So there you have it, my guardians. This is everything that Xur has brought for us this week, April the 8th, 2022. Happy Friday, you made it through another week. Congratulations. As always, if you are new to the channel, how you doing and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe right here at Karpo Gamer. Go to wide variety of videos, range from updates, tips and tricks, guides and news, and a whole lot more. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you everybody for all your love and support. Happy Friday, my guardians, and as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.